Hey everyone, welcome along to Trackside with Kokpit, brought to you by GARAGE16. Kins and books here to keep you entertained for another hour or so. Yesterday we all kick-started off the build-up to the Valvoline Superstock Charity Invitation. This Friday, Saturday, the place to be is TWS Paradise Valley Speedway in Rotorua, where Booker is currently at the moment. Hey Books!
Hey mate, how are you? Yeah, it's been a interesting day here today, mate. The work just has not stopped. Stan and the crew and Sam, I mean, they're out there now painting fence posts behind me. So it's just going to be such an amazing weekend this weekend, mate. And two great causes, and just the whole package is going to be fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah, looking forward to Friday, Saturday, 15, 16. It's only a few more sleeps to go, and then we'll get right into it. It's been a long time coming. Yesterday, we caught up with the actual sponsor of the charity race, Aaron Lewis from GARAGE16, and also Sam Ashton joined us, promoter for, of course, TWS Paradise Valley Speedway. And last night, he was out behind books, chasing around the rabbits and with his mates, but now he's back down in the biz.
All I could hear was gunshots as I'm trying to go to sleep last night. That's an interesting way to go to sleep, to gunshots. I thought, holy heck.
Hey, just want to say a big shout out to everyone who's jumped on the show. I know it's going to be a huge show tonight. Tracy Vincent, Ross Ashby, Tans is watching as well. Steve Palmer, Richard Auckland over in Australia. How you going, Quasi? Matt Pickard, Aaron Ferguson, Wayne Knowlton, Dave Thomas, Warren Buchanan, also Kylie Bowater. Wayne Knowlton's always watching. Always good to have Wayne on the show. Watch it. Speedway Racer. The list carries on. Kerry Gates, Adele Ashby, and many, many more watching our show. But we better get into their books because we've got three wonderful guests who are going to join us. Mate.
We have. So we'll bring in Steve first, and we'll have a good chat to Steve and start the show there. So here we go. Evening, Steve.
Steve Williams.
Evening, boys. How are we doing?
Good,
mate. How are you?
Well, when you got up this morning and you look at that forecast, how can you not be happy? Like, two perfect days of forecast, so that's very exciting.
Yeah, look,
the long range looks real good.
Yeah, dare I say it? It's been few years in the making, Steve. But forget about that. The weather's turned it on, like you said. Met service is looking brilliant, and let's bring it on Friday and Saturday.
Yeah, look, it's just, there's so many people to thank, so many people have spent so much time. Sonia's passed on the reins to Sam Ashton, and I've been working with Sam for the last 12 months since he's taken over, and he's done an absolute fantastic job. Sonia's still in the background helping Sam. And of course, we've got our celebrities and all our car owners who've generously donated their vehicles for the celebrities to drive, which is huge. It's a great charity, a great event for charity we're doing, but there's a lot of people who are being very charitable towards it, and those guys putting their cars up for the celebrities to drive. And of course, we've got all the super stocks that come around from all the country and the stock cars along with the mini stocks. So, well over 100 competitors. And look, it's going to be a great event, not just the celebrity racing, but also, it's 10 grand to win for the super stock. So, these guys won't be, taking any friends along the way. It's going to be great racing. So, Friday night, when those 70 cars qualifying for those 26 spots to get into the final, it's a big deal. So it's a big event. It's a one-off kind of event, like I said, there's so many people to thank and so many sponsors. We can't mention them all, but everybody knows how much goes into running one of these events. And it's going to be an actual, it's a great weekend. We're looking forward to it. There's been a lot of anticipation, and we're nearly there.
Well, Steve, I just want to go back and, reiterate, it's been tough trying to bring this event on, whether it was COVID and the weather. Mate, you must be bloody thick-skinned, because, honestly, there must have been a point somewhere along the line you would have thought, bugger this. This is just really just taking its toll on me. But you're tough. You hung in there, mate. And look, we bring it on Friday, Saturday.
Yeah, well, look, I'd be lying if I said that, it never crossed my mind not to do it. There's just so much work goes behind an event like this. And, it was an idea that I had last year of Speedway Racing. What can I do to try and make a difference? I've worked with two big charities. My wife and I are big, we work with the Starship Foundation and the Ronald McDonald House. We love those two charities. There's thousands of charities out there. That's the two that my wife and I like. So I thought, how can I incorporate a Speedway event into charity and then what's the best way we can promote it. And Lance Ashton, he said, that's where the idea. Greg Murphy had talked to Lance one time up in the bank at Paradise Valley. We got to talk, and I thought, well, why don't we get a whole bunch of these celebrities and bring them in, which will bring a different, some new people into Speedway that have not seen this particular type of racing. And also, these guys have big followers. Get it out. Get all these people on the live stream. So it's been a lot of work. But on Saturday night, when we stand on that infield and we have the two representatives from the Starship Hospital and Ronald McDonald House down there on the infield, and we present them with a sizable check, everybody's going to feel good about themselves. About what we've achieved, and it's a great look for our sport of Speedway, and it's a great thing to do to give money to two very great charities.
Yeah, wonderful, Steve. And I just want to go back too, because we mentioned a lot around the Steve Williams Foundation. Just for some of our viewers who are tuned in to watch tonight, can you just elaborate a bit more on what you and your wonderful wife do when it comes to the foundation? We will branch out to Starship and Ronald McDonald House, but just tell us about yourself and the foundation.
Yeah, well, I have a foundation that we raise money primarily to give to our two charities, the Ronald McDonald House and Starship Hospital. My wife and I, we do all the work. I do all the fundraising. In fact, today I had a golf tournament at my home course today, South Head Golf Club, to raise some funds to our charity, which then goes on to the Ronald McDonald House and Starship Hospital. So it's been over 20 years we've been doing it, and we're pretty happy with what we've done. We made a 7-figure donation to get the oncology unit rebuild at Starship Hospital underway a number of years ago. So that's probably the highlight of my life right there.
Wow, 2008 from memory, so good on you. And of course, the year before that, you picked up the New Zealand Order of Merit as well. You've done a lot in your life, and it's good to see someone like yourself and your wife giving back. But, it's all about the Speedway this Friday, Saturday. It's been a long time coming, mate. So well done to you, and you hung in there. And I know you're going to be out there on the track with the other celebrities. You're driving from memory Kendall Ashton's 23 hours super stock. So, when was the last time you were actually on the dirt, Steve?
Well, that's a good question. I ended up last year. I raced one meeting last year. I did the New Zealand Saloon Car Champs, but because I kept the car, because there's one other event that I'm actually promoting, was the Salute to Jumbo. Jumbo Berryman was the gentleman that started the saloon car class. I created a memorial event for Jumbo, and amazingly, that event has been rained off 6 times.
Oh, shivers.
That is hard to fathom. So I kept the car for that event, which didn't happen last year at all because of the weather. So I raced last year at the New Zealand Saloon Car Champs, and that was at one meeting. It was a 2-night meeting, but outside of that, no racing.
What about a super stock? Have you pedaled a super stock before, though? I know you've done the saloon, saloon. Yeah.
No, I'm not pedaled a super stock, so I'm pretty excited about it. They're a very intimidating looking machine. So it's. I actually even talking about it now, I feel a few butterflies in my stomach. To be honest with you.
Have you been fitted for the car at all, or are you going to get all that done when you get down here?
Yeah, no, I'm driving, as you mentioned, Kendall Ashton's car, and Lance Ashton is a good friend of mine. And I've been down to the TWS workshop there in Hamilton and sat in the car. And it was. I even had butterflies then. So I'm pleased we get out on Friday night to do a few laps because I'm pretty nervous about it, to be fair.
Mate, if you're nervous and you've done Speedway for many, many years, I wonder what Hayden Paddon's going to be like when we bring him on the show. I wonder how nervous he's going to be, but we'll ask him that when he joins us. I know he's sitting in the green room there just chilling out, listening to us. But, super stocks, obviously it's one of the most followed classes, if not the followed class in our Speedway that we love here in New Zealand. And getting all these drivers, look, you've got drift car drivers, you've got touring car drivers, rally drivers, the list just goes on, mate. What an achievement, eh?
Yeah, and of course, let's not forget Aaron Slight on the 2 wheels.
Yeah,
so.
2 wheels, yeah.
I was just thinking of him.
But, look, the guys, all the guys, it's greatly appreciated what they're doing. It's huge, and also I think they're all excited about it. Everybody that I've spoken to, or Lance has spoken to, or Graham Hughes was, he was over in Lance Hughes, sorry, he was over at Bathurst, and he had a number of guys coming up to him saying, "Oh, how can we get into this event? What's the story here? How can we get into it?" So a lot of interest from the drivers, and we've got a great cross section of drivers competing. So now it'll be interesting to see that. It's brilliant.
Yeah,
mate. Wayne Otters put a good comment in there on our Facebook page because we're streaming live to Facebook and to YouTube. How Steve isn't a surf for all his charity work is beyond me. That's a damn good bloody question. So I don't know. It might be some time coming up soon, eh? Brian England, good to have you on the show. Henry Ford, hey, you're a Ford man, hey, Steve. This other fella's too. Look at this. He's sitting here listening to us. In the background. Cohen Wright watching as well. Richie Mason, Thomas Jr. Hudinui. The list just goes on. It's going to be a huge crowd. And we had a bit of a chat yesterday with Sam Ashton and Aaron Lewis, who's sponsoring the celebrity race. And there was a few questions going around whether or not tickets could be bought online. I guarantee you can still.
Yeah, you can. Yes.
Yep. You still can.
100% you can buy tickets online. And I'm telling you now, people out there, this is going to be the event for the season. I'm telling you now. So you're going to want to get in your car, book your motel, and get to Trackside, because nothing beats being at the track and seeing these things go around at Rotorua Turn 1. For our guests that have come on as well, I hope you get to sit in Turn 1 or something and watch the big boys come down there into Turn 1 as well. I mean, that's pretty impressive to watch as well. I'm just as excited to see our celebs come into Turn 1, Kins, and see how they all take off from the start line there.
I think you'd be more excited to see if they come out of Turn 1 and into Turn 2.
You're right.
Yeah,
You're right. Yeah.
If I'm around that tank that Greg's driving, I might be just saying, "I'll let you go, Greg." That's a very intimidating race car, that tank. Ross Ashby has that thing immaculately prepared. He drives it like a madman, and he's got a madman behind the wheel. I might just let him go.
Obviously, you've raced at Rotorua over the years gone by, and no doubt you would have seen Superstocks. One of the big events is always the 240s, and that's just a hell of a corner, that Turn 1, Turn 2. You survive that, and you're pretty well just about going to get away and get off, and off you go again. But that's going to be a hell of a corner for these celebrities, I suppose, in your mind, Steve, because it's all about looking after them first and foremost, but getting them prepared, eh?
Yeah. Look, every year when the Speedway calendar comes out, even as a competitor, that's one weekend I never race is the World 240s. There's nothing better, as you say, sitting there watching all those guys come into Turn 1, and when you've got the 26 best Superstocks, the guys that have qualified into Turn 1 for the World 240s, with your English drivers included, and maybe a couple of Dutch guys thrown in there. It's one of the great spectacles of motorsport, not just dirt track races, but all motorsport. I find.
Yeah, 100%.
Nana Gale, good to have you on board. Nana Gale, big hello to you. Maru Goodley's watching. Tony Sterling's there. Scott Honeybone. Elson Tuwani, Zach West, who we race with online as well. Can you still purchase tickets at the gate? Yeah, I would guess so,
yes.
Wayne.
100%.
No,
yeah, 100% you get tickets at the gate. Yep, 100%. Yep. Everything, it's like you can get tickets the same way you do for any meeting, but my recommendation would be treat it like a really big meeting that it actually is, because if you don't come early, you won't get a seat. So
Saturday night, 6 o'clock start Saturday night. The weather forecast is good, so the car park gets very full there. So it's going to be come in and have a go on the simulator.
Exactly. Yes, we have got the simulator. I was setting that up today actually, and testing it. And Dirt Shop Creations has done an amazing job of this track. He has spent the last 3 to 6 months, or 3-4 months, even more, every night working on building this track for us to race on Saturday. And then the other day I did a live from the track here on Monday, and he rings me up that night and he says, "Is that wall being painted?" I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "In the pit gate?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Oh." So he had to go back into the track and repaint the wall inside the track as well to get it ready for the weekend. So all the changes they're doing here all this week, he's been sitting at home doing the changes on the sim rig as well. So
that's brilliant.
it's quite cool. So I look forward to seeing some of these guys have a go on it, actually, because I know Hayden's raced a sim before, and I know Greg's raced that V8 series in the sim that time. So I'll be interested to see if these guys jump on and have a go and see what they think, because it's going to be awesome. So that's another part of this challenge, and it's a gold coin donation to have a go on the sim, people, and that money is also going to the 2 charities as well. So everything that we're doing with our sims, all that money goes to the charity as well. So that's another reason to get down and have a go.
Great stuff.
You ever done a sim stuff, Steve? You ever had a dabble on the old simulator?
I've not ever had a go, Books.
All right.
We'll have to get you on there, I think, then, mate.
We'll get you sorted, mate. We'll get you sorted. Hey, Pete Rose, Todd Kelly, you're exactly right. Yes, turn 3 as well. That's going to be a bit of a tough one to get around. 26 degrees apparently on Saturday. It's going to be a cooker. 26 super stocks, clutches dropping, and Rotorua. It's going to be one of the big ones. And like you said,
and Speedway Racer, the Pits TV is who is doing the live stream. So please don't click on those fake links, people. If you're going to watch the stream, it's the pitstv.co.nz and only the Pits TV. So find them on Facebook. You can go from their Facebook to the link for the live. Don't get sucked in. There's a lot of these characters out there at the moment that are putting up fake pages for all this crap. Please don't. It has to be the Pits TV only. If you buy off someone else, don't complain, because it's make sure you get the right place, Akins.
Exactly. There's these fake Facebook pages been popping up here and there. It's good to see that the actual real page, the Rotorua Facebook page, has actually been reporting them as well. So that's all good. Friday and Saturday will be live stream. Hey, Fiona, how are you going, Fiona? Good to catch you last Saturday. Dave Thomas, you still got any merch? 21 merch left, Steve. You got any merch?
Oh, dear. I might have. Yeah, what does Dave want? A fairly large shirt. I know Dave well, absolute legend. So if he needs a big T-shirt, tell him I'll bring one of them along.
There you go, Dave. There you go, Dave. We got you sorted. There, mate. Anything else before we let you disappear for a sec there, Steve? Anything else you really want to say before we bring in our guest?
No, bring those guys in. The people in the audience want to hear them. I've been on enough time, so bring the boys in. Yeah, thank the boys for coming on tonight. Absolutely appreciate you guys, all your support of the event, and we'll see you down at the track there. And thanks to everybody.
Awesome, well, don't run away, Steve, because we'll bring you back at the end with everybody together if we can. So thank you for talking to us. We appreciate you taking the time tonight, and we'll see you again very shortly, eh?
Cheers, Craig.
Thanks, mate.
Awesome. All right. Hayden Paddon.
Yeah, let's bring him straight in. Hey, Hayden, how are you, mate?
Hey, guys. Yeah, good, and you?
Yeah, we're very good. Very good.
Mate, okay. You heard us talking to Steve. You're not nervous, are you?
Oh, there's always a bit of nerves, I think, with all forms of motorsport, isn't there? So, but no, it's going to be a fun weekend, actually. I think it's a bit like a motorsport holiday for us all, and I think just not knowing what to expect, I guess, means you're probably a little bit more relaxed about it, but yeah, come like you say, turn 1, race 1, then I'm pretty sure the nerves will come down.
You'll be all good. Hey, you've done speedway before, jumped in the sprint car back in the day, eh?
Yeah, done 1 race meeting, and very much thrown in the deep end, no testing, no first time I drove it was in race 1. And that's very daunting when you got all these 800 horsepower monsters growling around you. So I was definitely a duck out of water that weekend. And the hardest thing actually was the methanol, just because it was running so rich, just the methanol burning everything in your eyes. And going home that night, I was sitting on the couch after the race meeting, and I was sitting in the room and everything was just going around in circles. So the methanol definitely got to me.
Oh, shivers.
Wow. Hey, obviously with your background, obviously with rally and so forth, actually, too, the prize giving, we're going to quickly touch on this. You've only just got back from Baku, is that right?
Yeah, we just had a quick last-minute trip to go over to Baku last week for the FIA prize giving. So obviously a privilege to go over there to collect our trophy for the European Championship, but a long way to go for a dinner, because that's what it was. We went over, got back on the plane and come home again. So, yeah, it was a long way.
Well, they got pretty good burgers here at the track on Saturday and Friday, mate. So,
is that the diet of a speedway driver, is it?
Yeah. Hot dog and chips. Yeah.
Seriously.
Hey, I did notice that something on your page that you did another charity event as well for Heart Kids. Is that right?
Yeah, we've done a little bit of work with Heart Kids. So we've got a family friend or a friend of our team here who's part of Heart Kids, and he's actually an ambassador. So a young guy called Ryan. So yeah, we've been doing a bit with Heart Kids. Even you just go up to the Starship Hospital and you see the heart ward there and all the kids, and they're all waiting for new hearts, or in some of their own words, new engines. They're waiting for new engines. It's a pretty humbling experience. So yeah, we do a little bit there. So we had an event up in Auckland. We were just trying to raise awareness and raise a bit of funds on the side, and there's obviously so many good charities out there and so many good causes, and through our sport we have such a good platform to try and help promote those.
Yeah, we just did a Heart Kids auction night 2 weeks ago at Huntley International Speedway, and the support from around the Speedway community was just unbelievable, wasn't it, Kins? We did a 3-hour auction, and in 3 hours we managed to raise over $20,000. So just wow. It was just amazing, and like you say, the awareness, and that's what just sort of a segue to what we're doing this weekend. We need to support these causes and help them more, because the kids, without sounding cheapish, I suppose, are our future, aren't they? And Heart Kids, and like you say, at the Ronald McDonald House and all the rest of it, it's just so important to support these things. I take it wouldn't have taken much to convince you when Steve gave you the call to see if you wanted to be a part of it?
Yeah, well, I think we've all been waiting a few years now, haven't we? So, yeah, like you were saying there before, like for Steve to be patient to keep putting this on every year, it takes pretty thick skin, because I know how, that must be demoralising over a period of time. So, yeah, for sure. Like it's probably lucky it's this year, because last year I wasn't able to make it. I was laid up with a bad back. So at least this year we can make it, and then we have that natural tie-in also of Valvoline, one of our partners as well. So, I'm just looking forward to joining the weekend with everyone else and enjoy ourselves is the main thing.
I suppose you got thrown in the deep end with the sprint car, mate. Superstock is a different beast altogether on Speedway. These bumpers on these cars, and obviously in your case, racing alongside with the celebrities, I'm guessing you will not be using those. Might be a little tap here and there, but have you seen Superstocks in action before?
Yeah, so one of my mates, Keith, a good school friend from way back, he used to do a lot of Speedway. He was more in the geez, I don't know what they're called, the Falcons and things. So a bit like Superstock, but obviously in the cars. So
the old street stocks.
Street stocks, that's the one. So I used to go to Woodford Glen quite a bit and help him. And actually, when you were servicing on those cars, all you needed was a big sledgehammer, because we used to but yeah, obviously the Superstocks are hugely popular at Woodford Glen in the Canterbury region. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Like, even I think just from what I've heard, this, little things like the seating positions is more normal in terms of you're sitting, the steering wheel's in front of you, you got your throttle pedal. The sprint car, you're sitting on it like a tractor, the steering wheel, between your legs, you're pushing down on the throttle. Even just little things like that just makes you feel really out of place. So it sounds like the Superstock's going to be a bit more normal in that respect.
Yeah, you're carry on, Books.
Sorry, are you just as excited as nervous to try these Superstocks out, mate, around this track? Because all the drivers that come on our show say Rotorua is their favourite track, so you're going to be hitting probably one of the most favoured tracks in the country. Is it also pretty exciting as well as nerve-wracking for you?
Oh, it's definitely exciting. I think anytime we can try a new form of motorsport, it's always cool. We've got lots of power. Us, any driver, we always just want lots of power, lots of fun, lots of sideways. Yeah, I don't need a co-driver because we're only going one direction. So, yeah.
Just got to remember to turn left all the time.
Yeah, as long as you're not turning right. So.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing you're equally balanced now. We're talking there, because you're just turning left, but you got to go right, obviously, in your sport that you do. So you're pretty well equally, or do you favour one side more than the other?
It depends on the car, depends on the rally.
Okay.
When you're sitting on the left-hand side of a rally car, for example, you do get a different perspective of a right-hand corner because it's more open compared to the left, but you don't notice it so much when you're driving. But, for example, we had 3 incidents this year on rallies over in Europe, and all 3 were on fast left-hand corners, and they all hit the right rear corner. So there's something in that obviously the way that you can see through the corner and see the apex is slightly different. But yeah, at the Speedway track, you don't have trees or banks or anything on the apex. You can actually see the corner.
You have a hard concrete wall, though.
Be a problem. Yeah, no, we're not looking there.
Yeah, no, don't look there, mate. Just keep your eye on the apex. You'll be fine because you're
Actually, the one thing
great.
I saw there last year in NASCAR, what if we do the big wall ride where you just floor it into the last corner and go around the wall, right around the outside?
You saw
Does
that.
that work in Superstock?
Yeah, they have done it in Superstocks, mate. Trust me.
Yeah, right. We'll give that a whirl, shall we?
They get some serious speed.
The referees are watching the show tonight.
Oh, sorry.
The referees are watching the show tonight, so they're going to bring it up when you do your debrief later on, you know. All right.
Is it not allowed?
No, well, some do it, mate. Yeah, bro. Steve can sort you out later on. What are you going to say, Books?
I was just going to say, it's good news, Hayden, to see that the Daybreaker is back again next year.
Yeah, Daybreaker's back in as part of the championship, and also the same organising crew. They've put together a new rally called the Southern Lights Rally down in Invercargill earlier in the year. So, yeah, it's awesome. Obviously, the amount of work that they put in to make Daybreaker happen this year, it means that, you know, that investment of time and money will go a long way towards next year. And I'm sure that rally's probably got a long-term place on the New Zealand Championship calendar, and it's always been part of rallying in the DNA in New Zealand. So, yeah, looking forward to that one.
That's awesome. Yeah, I was pretty wrapped when I saw that.
Yeah, because he knows that stuff backwards. I've got something for you here from Muddy Goodley, mate, and you'll be used to this. It'll be like 3 left into, 3 left into, 3. Caution, Murphy in tank.
Caution, no, you wouldn't be putting caution on that stuff. For obstacles.
Hey, as long as you hear Murphy's in tank, you'll be all right, mate. Just put the foot down and go.
Greg's worried that his car was the one that barrel rolled over the fence there recently.
Yeah. There's a lot of footage around Ross Ashby in that tank on that turn 1-2. Congrats on a wicked season from Scott Honeybone for you, mate. Charlie O'Hara's watching here, runs laughing at the 3 left into. That's gold, Muddy. That's gold. You're right. What else we got here? What else you got there? Daybreaker. Yep, we touched on some of that. Cool as. So,
a lot of nice comments in regard to Steve and his effort as well. People showing the appreciation as well for all the work and time and effort and commitment to this event that Steve Williams has put into. So it's good to see people giving back as well.
Mm. The 96M is a hot rod, so you're going to be, like I said, in Dylan Tower. Was it Dylan Towler's car? It's a real hot rod. Rally Southland as well, and yeah, you got some good fans watching tonight there. Trace Vincent and many others. Well, Hayden, we're going to bring you back in real soon. I suppose we'll let you go and chill out for a bit, and we'll bring you back in with Steve, and we better bring in Mr. Greg Murphy, who's just chilling out, looking like he's laxed and ready to join us and have a big.
Hope he hasn't fallen asleep, eh? Thanks, Hayden. We'll see you soon, mate.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Cheers.
And we'll bring in Greg. Here he is. Hey, Greg. How are you?
G'day, fellas.
We're doing good,
Mate,
eh?
you excited, Greg? You're all looking forward to this Friday, Saturday?
Yeah, man. It's been 3 years effectively since the plan was put together, and since Steve did all the hard mahi and put this together, and we've been looking forward to it and been disappointed on numerous occasions to not have it happen. So yeah, super excited about the weekend. We are gonna, as you guys have already referenced, we've got the Weather Gods playing their part finally, and none of that other bloody stuff starting with a C getting in the way and all that other stuff. So no, it's gonna be epic, and I'm really glad and happy for Steve that we're managing to pull this off, and obviously put in the effort for those amazing charities and give some money to them from us turning up and having some fun.
Mate, you've had fun in 2006 in Huntley. You're in the stock car team there as well, and I know you.
That wasn't fun. That was not fun. No, I thought it was going to be. I mean, out of 3 races, not making it past turn 1 twice and having my teeth almost smashed through my face. I didn't enjoy that at all.
Mate, you're after the Rats, and I know. I think you're in the team. I'm not quite sure now if you're in the team with Tunda back then, and there was Tiger's team and so forth. You had a couple of actual stock car guys in there, but yeah, what was supposed to be fun for you wasn't. I know you wanted to get old Paul, but he just couldn't get. Tiger got him though, but you didn't get him. It's all right.
Yeah, well, I mean, that was what when you think about that, I mean, it was crazy at the time.
Yeah.
That Steve was running alongside Tiger Woods at the time, and to have someone like him turn up there. I mean, Steve will know the details a little bit more about how that all came together. But I mean, the fact that you had a international golfing superstar driving a super stock at Huntley. I mean, what the. Seriously, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever, does it? Just ridiculous, completely insane.
Yeah, it's like, as an example, asking Roger Federer or someone to come to New Zealand and race some of these things. It's like, whatever.
It's mental. It's absolutely mental. So it was it's certainly a little tick there on significant moments in my life. That's for sure.
But of course, you get to relive it in some sense, but hopefully in a better way. You've got the Ross Ashby tank. He was flying last Saturday at Huntley, mate. That tank, and it is Booker's favourite car. Have you caught up with horse Ross Ashby?
We've had some contact over the last week, and I haven't been and seen the car yet. We'll do that on Friday, of course. But looking forward to it. Having the chance. Yes, there's a bit of a reputation. I hope that no one's expecting that I'm going to continue Ross's reputation in that car. I've heard a lot about it, and I think Richie Stanaway has been sending me videos that's just terrified me. But I think we're all going to play it pretty sensible, and these are serious machines, and I'm in awe of super stocks and stock cars. I love speedway. I spent a lot of time in my before I went car racing, when I was racing karts, heading to Miami and watching all sorts of speedway, and that was a pretty popular destination on a Saturday for my dad and I, and I loved it, and I'm still a big fan of it. And when I went to Paradise Raceway a few years ago, and saw the venue for the first time, it was just mind blowing. I mean, what everybody has done there to the effort that's been put into that facility to make it what it is, and everyone should be very, very proud of what they've got there. And I can't wait to get back there and have a drive around the place. It's going to be all on, and we've got just such a great group of people, with so much talent and successes in their chosen discipline, all there to support it in the right way. So it should be absolutely epic, and I really hope that a lot of people do turn up and enjoy it with us.
Mate, you've been talking to Richie, obviously, and Richie's most really giving you some tips, or just kind of giving you the shits around things? He's been giving it to you because he grew up there with his dad. He knows the ins and outs of that bloody place.
Mate, he's not going to give us any tips. There's no way he's going to give us any tips. Mate, that boy is, he's a super talent, and there's no reason for him to go and share any of his skill sets with anybody, especially me. So no, it'll be a lot of fun. He and I've been talking about it for quite a while, and it's just awesome to see the list of Kiwis that are going to, obviously on the weekend, but like Richie, back in a supercar next year full time, is just epic. It really sends a shiver down my spine, knowing that he's going to be competing at the top level of supercars again next year, where he should be. It's what he should be doing. That's his discipline. That's his game. That's his life. We were all robbed from seeing him achieve in the past when he walked away from the game, and seeing him back in a car in his happy place is just sensational, and I just can't wait to watch what he does next year. And Ryan Wood's obviously going to be there as well on the weekend, and he makes his debut in the supercars next year as well for Walkinshaw Andretti. We're just in such an awesome purple patch as far as New Zealand talent racing in motorsport all over the world, and so we should be celebrating that this weekend as well, is something to look forward to in the future, but also celebrate what is being achieved right now on the international stage in motorsport.
Oh, 100%, mate. Yeah, I'm loving the fact that next year we've got an all Kiwi driver team, basically, haven't we, in pit lane?
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
that's got to give old Scafey the rub up the wrong way. I love it.
Well, there's nothing that makes me more happy and gives me more pleasure than seeing old Scafey bloody stuttering his way through things when the Kiwis are smashing them. Absolutely makes me happy. And
We love it.
him struggle with it in a big way. So Matty Payne and Richie Stanaway together next year at Grove Racing is going to be something to behold, I think, and they will be a serious challenger all the way through. So especially after Matty finished the season with a win in the last race of the year in that car at Adelaide, that confidence that provides a young man, in his rookie season to start his next season is just enormous. So, if they thought Shane Van Gisbergen leaving and Scott McLaughlin leaving and going over to do bigger things was going to take the pressure off the Aussies and give Scafey, less of a chance of a heart attack, well, then he's rudely wrong.
Definitely. Hey, but how good is it to have the V8s back? And is it in Taupo coming up in April? Just to have it all back there as well. And mate, just great to have it back since the closure of Pookie. Yeah,
no, it's massive, and it's a recognition of the popularity of obviously supercars, but motorsport in this country. I mean, I genuinely believe per capita, New Zealand has a bigger support base and following of motorsport across all disciplines, I think, than anywhere else in the world. And supercars do recognise that. There was always the intention. It wasn't their doing that Pukekohe, disappeared off the map, and we didn't have a race this year. And they worked very, very quickly to implement a new venue and a new race. So and the fans have voted with their fingers and made their bookings and sold out the corporate and I think the GA side of things is almost nearly sold out as well. So it's going to be awesome. The environment is fantastic also for supercars, bringing it into a community such as Taupo and what that offers, and having a circuit so close to the town and everything. I just can't wait. I mean, it is going to be absolutely meteoric.
Kiwis on the motorsport world there as well. You take a look at what Emma Gilmore's achieved as well. Young Liam Lawson, although not an F1 gig coming up, but this young man's got a lot of talent. We've just kind of taken the world by storm. Kiwis in motorsports, not only on four wheels, even the dominance of our young girls in the motocross as well, going back to back there. So in all disciplines, like you say, Greg, New Zealand at the forefront, and the Americans love Gizzy, what he did in Chicago not that long ago and how he done that. And it's just we're in the right space with motorsports, aren't we?
Yeah, we are. We've got it covered. Yeah, Courtney Duncan deserves a massive mention. 4-time world champion in a discipline like motocross is just outrageous. So she is an absolute superstar. So got it covered across the board. And I mean, I think we're all really looking forward to seeing how Giz takes on the US and takes on more so probably the oval stuff. I mean, I think he's going to fit right in when it comes to the turning left and right on permanent circuits. And, he won the inaugural race in Chicago, the first ever street race for NASCAR. So that's not really an issue. That's his bread and butter. But the oval stuff will be the one that will take some learning. But if anyone can do it, there's no doubt that he's capable of putting it together quicker than most.
And we also can't forget about our past people too, the great stars as well. Like we had Avalon Biddle last time was going to come on and race. She had babies, so that stopped that. But now we've got Aaron Slight. I mean, I remember watching Aaron Slight, but I mean, he was just an absolute legend on a motorbike, and we got him coming out here this weekend too. I mean, some of the younger people out there might not know, but get on the Google and Google Aaron Slight and you'll be blown away. And that's another guy that's coming,
Let's hopefully he's watching. Let's make a big point of that. Just again, when I was referencing before about old people driving these cars, he's potentially older than Steve. And I'm not far behind that. So he's pretty ancient. So a lot of the new generation will need to Google him, just like they'll need to Google me as well. So there's no doubt about that.
I'll tell you what.
I think Slidey walks with a walking stick now. Actually,
Did we used to have a mohawk once upon a time back in the motorbike? Mohawk,
He led the charge on ridiculous hairstyles. Absolutely. I'm only saying this because we're good mates. So
that's okay. Hey, we're touching on the ovals. Obviously, it's all about the oval at TWS Paradise Valley Speedway this Friday, Saturday. You get to jump in the 96M Dylan Towler Superstar, mate. And oh no, you don't. Sorry, you're in the Ross Ashby car. But to get that right, you're in the tank. You're in the super. You're in the big tank. Yeah. But mate, you'll get to see your eyes on it. Set your eyes on it. You'll send the photos already. Friday, bring it on and catch up with Ross Ashby and the team and get you all suited up.
Yeah. It's been a long time since I climbed aboard a stock car, a super stock. So I'm sure that there's been a huge evolution with these vehicles over that time as well. So anything that I've done previously, I'm sure it's out the window. But as Steve referenced as well, it's a huge thanks to these guys and families that own these vehicles and giving us a chance to go and have a bit of a play. I mean, the idea is to obviously all come back in one piece, and I don't think there'll be too many crazy behaviour sort of going on out there. As Steve said, I don't think it'll be too much for a race into turn one, although I think I heard Hayden say too, when the helmet goes on, the red mist and the flip top head thing happens and your brain gets pulled out. So I suppose anything's possible, but
I think once we're sitting on that dummy grid and you're sitting there and you're revving it and feel the power of those bloody V8s, those quad cams in the air, and the flag drops, I think you're all going to go, right. And Steve will sit back and watch you all go and tuck underneath. He's probably right.
No, it's all about a show. It's all about a show. It's all about just enjoyment and coming along and supporting the two charities and hopefully Steve gets a chance to hand over a bloody decent sized check to support the kids.
Yeah.
Hey, you've already got some of the fans here saying to you, Greg, Thomas Jr., Huranui, Richie is going to show you the voter award, give you a bit of a rub up there, mate.
Probably.
There we go. Probably. Mike Francis, Richie will give you a nudge or two. Look, it's all about a little bit of nudge. It's a tight racetrack. Makes us all good drivers, 100%. And everyone gets out there. What else we got here? What else we got here coming on through? There's always going to be someone bringing it. Should have invited bloody Ambrose. Here we go.
We should have. It would have been fantastic. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I knew that a bloody one number one hours.
I don't know if they get the internet in Tasmania though, so he might not have been able to get hold of them. I'm not sure.
Well, we've got Hayden. Steve's got a big smile on his face. We better bring the two of them back in.
Bring them all back in, shall we, kids?
Yeah.
There we go. 1 and 2. There's everybody back together. So it's going to be all on, I think, this weekend, isn't it, guys? I mean, there must be a little bit of I want to beat that person or that person, is there, or what? Even with putting on the show?
Oh, I think the boys have nailed it on the head. We're doing it for charity. We want to put on a good show, and like Greg's just pointed out, it's a massive, achievement, or not an achievement, but just think how many people have put their hand up. Lance Ashton was the one that's organised the cars, and he said these guys put their hand up straight away that, they're racing for 10 grand to win. 10 grand's, it's no small cheese as far as dirt track racing go. Mm-hmm. These guys, every one of the guys that's put their car up is absolutely capable of winning it, and they've all put their cars up for us to drive. But, that's it's a massive, take my hat off to the guys and thank them. And, the guys are going to respect it. We're out there to show, to show all the people that other people can drive these cars and put on a show. Greg and Hayden and all these people that come along, they've got massive following on social media. They've been on their social media. They've been great, and they've got people, going to come on and live stream the event. And it's a great look for motorsport in general. To hand over some money on the live stream on Saturday night is a great look for Speedway in general, and it's a great look for the Rotorua Stock Car Club. It's a credit to everybody involved.
Hey, let's talk quickly about the live stream, the Pits TV, the Pits Media as well. That's the only place. That's Jason, the team, who will be delivering the live stream. And Jason just put up in the comment here, here's the name for you to remember, and actually was a voice of Mini Speedway way back in the day. Clint Brown. Clint Brown. Yeah, I knew you go, Clint Brown is actually going to be joining the team with the Pits. So there's the name.
TV3,
TV3, yeah. Yeah, Clint
Holy shit, is he really?
Yeah, Clint Brown's.
Mate, he's got some one-liners, that boy.
Mate, you guys might be racing on the dirt, you three, but he's going to bring the dirt on you guys.
He better be careful because I got some dirt on him. So
he can come in the pits and clean your car, Greg, and you'll finish racing.
There you go.
Here we go. Richie Stanaway's commented now, Kins.
Oh, is he listening?
Yeah, Richie's watching you, yeah.
Get back up to Ardmore, Murph, and try on the Mozzie for size. I don't know what that means.
Ardmore? Oh, what? I don't think it's Richie, is it?
It's a Richard Stanaway.
Richard Stanaway. It says, sorry, not Richie Stanaway.
Richard, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
see, people with close
I
names
know what
get you.
I know what he's talking about. Yeah.
Oh, do you?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a good point, actually. No, he's talking about at Ardmore. There's a massive hangar there. These guys building beautiful Mosquito twin-engine fighters from bombers from back in the World War II. Yeah. Anyway, that's off topic.
That's all good. Hayden, mate, you're down in the south. Obviously, you're heading on up. Who's all coming up with you, or are you just doing the solo trip up?
On my own. So.
Really?
No, just on my own. So should be good. Nice little road trip down from Auckland on Friday, and try not to get lost on the way.
So
you might hit some potholes. Eh, Greg?
Yeah.
Bloody potholes everywhere. Hey, bloody potholes. Shall we start on that?
Hey, Ken,
You're gonna open a can of worms here.
I know. Look at it. I know.
When you see that Hyundai he's driving going down the road at 120, just give it a little tap. The game started already.
Just looking at
Hayden and I are
so we can go faster.
Yeah. Well, Hayden and I have a very similar kind of thought process around our roads and what needs to be done in the country, don't we, Hayden?
Oh, yeah, sorry, Greg, I was out of line there.
To be honest, the speedway track's probably going to be in better condition than most of the roads around New Zealand.
Oh,
there you go.
I tell you what, Rotorua certainly is.
I definitely agree with you, Hayden.
Stan does a bloody good job of that. Hey, Murph, while I've got you there, tell me more about the driving in the teenage brain.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
So Nathan Wallace and I, through our good friends at AutoSense, devised a bit of a strategy program there, and we delivered to some schools, but also we've done an online module for it as well, which is just trying to help parents and also teenagers, but parents to understand a little bit more about what's going on with their teenagers, why they might behave the way they do in certain times through their adolescence, and also the how important it is to understand what's going on when going through the driving process and learning to drive, and why I suppose sometimes it doesn't seem that they might be as attentive, or the learning's not happening as maybe as well as what they expect, all that kind of stuff. So it's really interesting stuff. Nathan Wallace is just a genius in neuroscience, and he's been a revelation, I think, for me as well, to understand a little bit more and put into context some of those challenges around learning to drive. And we touch on a whole lot of different points when we go through the module and the online program. And we really believe, in the feedback we've had is it's been really important, informative and helpful to parents and also the teenagers about understanding some of these challenges and some tips around what you can do and things you can look for and identify along the way, because it's something we don't take seriously enough in this country. That whole process, learning to drive at 16, is still a young age, and the brain is doing some pretty interesting shit through that period, right? As it's growing and developing, and Nathan goes through a lot of that detail, and I think puts some in layman's terms, some of the descriptions, which I think would help a lot of people. So I believe it's really helpful and useful as part of the toolbox that you've got when you're learning to drive. And we certainly encourage people to take it on, because you can't you cannot learn enough. You cannot have enough information when you're going through that process, and it's a risky process learning to drive. And we want people to stay as safe and be as prepared as they possibly can be.
Yeah, 100% being safe out down the roads. Steve, when we're talking to these two on the show tonight, Hayden and Murph, in their own right, two highly respected motorsports personalities, and you've got a whole list of others that's going to join as well. Just bringing that all together is just a massive achievement. And fans, you do not want to miss out on Friday or Saturday. So get your tickets, get your ass trackside, and sit there and enjoy what's going to unfold. It's going to be a huge event.
Yeah. Hey, look, as we, everybody knows, whatever kind of event, whether it be motorsport or whatever kind of event it is, it takes a lot of organising. But at the end of the day, we're going to stand there on Saturday night, and everybody involved is going to feel really, really good when you hand over money to charity. I know I've been fortunate enough to be very, very successful in a lot of avenues of my life, but I can honestly say when people ask me, what's your highlight of your career? They're always expecting that to be an answer of golf. Well, the highlight of my career was when my wife and I handed over a 7-figure check to the Starship Hospital to get the oncology unit start. You've got to have a founding donor to start. When they have you always see those things, the money they need to raise, and when they get to this point, it gets they needed a 7-figure donor to start that program. And we every time we go into that Starship Hospital, Greg's been in there, Hayden's been in there. You know what it's like. It's gut wrenching. And motorsport's great. Don't get me wrong, but when you go into a hospital and you're dealing with what we would go in frequently. We do go in frequently. And particularly in the oncology unit, how's young Charlie going that you saw 2 weeks ago? Oh, Charlie didn't make it. I mean, I come back sometimes, I don't eat. I just can't eat. I can't. You just feel so tight in your stomach, you can't eat. But we're going out. We've got 12 great people, along with all the competitors that are joining in the other classes and all the people that come through the gate over the 2 days. Every cent that goes, every time you buy a program tomorrow, you buy a souvenir, whatever you might buy, is going to charity. So it's not just us. Everybody that walks through those gates and everybody that goes into the live stream, you can all stand there and be proud of yourself, whether you've donated $50 or $100 or whatever it might be, getting in the gate. You're part of what we've done. So it's a big thanks to everybody involved.
Yeah, there's a massive lot that's been happening on behind the scenes, and like we've all said it through the show tonight, it's been 3 years in the coming. Hayden, mate, 24, I see the circus season, you're going to be expanding the team.
Oh, we'll try. That's the plan. Obviously, pretty busy season next year we've still got to work out what our plans are, but not only what we're doing, but also just trying to run a few more customer cars on both the rally and circuit side. So, we've got 8 full-time staff here, so we need to keep them busy, keep them occupied throughout the year. I guess like everyone else involved in motorsport at the moment, this is the time of year to be planning and getting everything in place, which is actually why it's quite nice to come away this weekend and actually just switch off from all that for a couple of days and as I say, have a little motorsport holiday.
I just saw Kins in the comments. We were talking on Saturday night. We were talking to Ross and Adele Ashby about, and she's quite excited that you're driving their car, Murph, and she's just put there she can't wait to hand the keys over to you this week. She's a huge fan, bud. So the car you're driving is one of your biggest fans, I think, just about.
That's very nice. That's very nice. So no, I'm looking forward to spending some time with them as well. And again, obviously it's her car, and Ross has obviously asked her if he's allowed to drive it. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Isn't that always the way, Greg?
Yep, that's right. So I will be asking Adele if it's okay if I drive her car. That's right.
Just while we're talking about the Ashbys as well, December 28th, Bay Park. Come along and check out the event as well for Ross's dad. It's the memorial race.
Yes.
So if you've got a bit of time, if you're going to be down at the beach, come to Bay Park and support a big race and the memorial of course, Horse's dad, 28th of December. So enjoy a bit of speedway at the local track over at the mountain. Yeah, before you get into the New Year side of things. Clint and his car noises. Scott Honeybone, no doubt. Might be able to bust out a couple of noises there. What else we got going on there?
Also, just quickly, based on what Steve was saying before about all the money from through the gate and all the rest of it that's going to go to these charities, just remember too that Jason at the pits and the crew there have put up that they'll be donating money from the stream as well that's going to go to this as well. So if you can't make it, than by the stream and support it that way. The best thing about this weekend is that from the celebrities to all the drivers to the track crews to everybody, to you, the fans, the crowd, you're all going to be a part of it, and you all can make a difference. By coming through the gate, you're going to make a difference to that charity. By buying on the stream, you're going to make a difference. So to everybody out there, we're all going to make a difference this weekend if we join together and make this one of the biggest events the country's seen in a long time.
Yeah, 100%.
I think a good thing, Craig, is, we talk about charities all the time, and it's in New Zealand we have a lot of charities, and we understand that there's always people looking to raise funds for all different charities. And I always urge people that you can absolutely walk into the Starship Hospital, have a guided tour, or the Ronald McDonald House and get a guided tour. You only got to go to the front desk and ask for a guided tour. I think it'll change your whole outlook on life. I mean, it's something I recommend everybody should do. It doesn't take long, and the people that take you, the young assistants that take you around, are very informative. And you get a lot of times you're giving money, but you're not quite sure where it's going to. But we all know, we get asked, there's that many different charity events and fundraising events for all different things and that. But these are two charities that are on the top of my list. The Starship Children's Hospital is an integral part of our country here. I mean, if you have a child and that child gets sick, they go to the Starship Hospital. Now, you wouldn't know anybody that doesn't know someone that's been to the Starship Hospital. It's a phenomenal place, and the staff that work in there are absolutely amazing people. So if you're ever in Auckland and you're out of Auckland and there's something you want to do something, you come to Auckland, there's lots of tourist activities, but if you ever want to do something, please go into one of these places. You only got to go to the front desk and say, I'd like to take a tour, and you will change your view on how you look at things for the rest of your life. And I know I have for sure.
Yeah. Wonderful.
Well,
I love what you say there, Steve. Well said, mate. We're going to change up a little bit. Wayne Odden's put a comment in there. Spill the beans. What did you drive as a teenager? Steve, what did you drive as a teenager?
I had a little Ford.
All right, Murph.
A little Ford Laser. And, to be honest, I kept it for as many years as I can, and people used to give me such a hard time. I think I only sold it for $1,500 about 10 years ago.
Murph, should have waited. It's probably worth 10 grand today.
Yeah, good point.
What about you, Murph, as a teenager? What did you pedal around in?
Datsun 1200 Triple S, mate.
Oh. They used to go sideways real well, eh?
Dirty old Corolla DX wagon.
Corolla DX wagon.
Coloured brown, so it was nicknamed the Turd.
We could
Guess
always,
what? It didn't pick up any girls with it either. So
now there's a shock.
Oh, that's awesome. There's a lot of people talking about Starship that have had family there and kids there as well now in the comments that are obviously it's very close to their heart when this happens. I mean, we found that when we went and did our Heart Kids one the other week, and that's why I probably take my hat off even more to the effort that you guys are putting in to do this, Steve, because I was only doing a small one for an auction and it took up, I couldn't believe the amount of time it took up just to organise stuff, so my appreciation to what you guys are doing is immense. I think it's fantastic. So, yeah, and the effort from everybody, the drivers, everybody. So, yeah, good on everybody, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think that's just about it.
I think that's about it. Yeah, these gentlemen have been good enough to give us their time tonight, Kins, and promote a very, very good event. And we look forward to catching up with you guys over the weekend. Hopefully you'll come and have a go on the sim team and give it a go.
Bloody oath. Get some practice.
Be a test before we drive.
Well, we've been told that someone actually drove on the sim track and said it's exactly like the real thing. So,
that's awesome.
So it's pretty close. So you can have a skid maybe before you get out on the track, and then you'll be able to compare it once you get out there.
No, that's good. Hey, thanks, Greg and
thanks,
Hayden.
guys.
Yeah,
thanks,
see you on
guys.
Friday.
Thank you.
Kings and
All right.
Brooks, thanks for the
Cheers.
supporting it. We'll see you all guys on Friday.
Yeah, we'll see you on Friday,
so much, team.
Yeah,
Thank
very
you.
well.
Thank you
Awesome.
all.
Thank you very much. Brilliant.
Well, there we go, kids. That's another show done and dusted. That was great, wasn't it? Good fun. I'm so excited for this weekend, mate. I mean, seriously, I'm just so pumped. I've been waiting for this for 3 years, like Steve and the rest of them. You know, it's just, and the commitment for them to just keep trying to do it each year. You know, that like you said at the start of the show to Steve about, surely, you know, to try and keep your head in the game to keep doing this, mate. It's just incredible, isn't it?
Oh, it is. You know, there's only so much that you can take and do when things kind of mar events. Not only just this event we're talking about, there's other events that people have been hammered with, and they're just trying to get back into now, which we're kind of saying is some kind of normality. Look, no, I know people on the stream are saying thank you for doing the show tonight to myself and Books, you know, but it's you, the fans that watch our show as well. You are important. It's getting the message out there, helping Steve do what it is that he needs to do for those two wonderful charities and the causes and everything like that. And like a lot of people have commented here, superheroes work at Starship, you know, and I'm going to make it an effort. I'm actually going to bloody go up there now. I go up to Auckland quite a bit, and I'm actually going to roll on in there and follow Steve's words and have a look around and just to get to know what goes on there. And yes, we all know that we've had family members go through there as well. Awesome show, boys. Such a great show. Keep up the hard work. And that's what we do. We are going to continue on with this as well, you know, because we know Christmas is just about upon us and New Year's, but we may be still going. We got through the off season. Without any dramas. We just haven't bloody stopped. But it's for you, the fans out there who want us to do more, and we will keep on doing what we do. Be safe out there on the road. We look forward to seeing you all in Rotorua on Friday and Saturday. Come and support this good cause. You know, a lot of work, as the gentlemen have said, behind the scenes. And how often do you get some of the biggest names in New Zealand motorsports, whether on 4 wheels or 2 wheels, all in one place, driving the superstock?
This weekend, man, it's going to be epic. Get down here and do it. And we can't thank everybody enough, and thank the guys, Steve and Hayden and Greg for coming on. I'll move tonight. We appreciate that. Can't wait, guys. Let's get here this weekend. Let's support it. If you can't get here, get on the Pits TV. Remember, don't buy those. There'll be fake ones that'll pop up. If you see any link for this weekend for a live stream on Kokpit Media, it is fake. Don't click on it. I try and get rid of them quickly. You do need to go to the Pits Media, go onto their Facebook page if you can't find the web page, and from their Facebook page you can then click a link that'll take you straight to it. Otherwise, is it the Pits TV.co.media?
In the Pits Media. Yeah.
But we won't. Yeah, so there'll be no links on our Facebook. So please don't click any links that's on our Facebook. Go to the Pits TV Facebook page, and everything's there, and links are there for you to go to where you want to get and buy the streams. So I just got to iterate that because a lot of people are getting con lately, and it's just Yeah, no, I know what you're saying. Hey, racing starts 7 o'clock on Friday, 6 o'clock on Saturday. There'll be the big air gun thing below now. What's he's got a t-shirt cannon, so there'll be t-shirts getting shot out into the crowd. So yeah, that's the way to be. Get in the crowd, catch a t-shirt. But a powerful of that, mate, you got to keep your head up as well, because you don't want to get the side of the head with a t-shirt. Exactly. Might knock your mullet off. That was good last night, eh? Hey, Jace, we'll see you there, mate. You watch out for the potholes, and we'll see you at the track. Why not? And see you at the valley. Yeah, he's called me Mr. Taniwha. So yeah, why not? Hey, why not get there and have some fun? It's all for good cause. Like we said, we do it for you, all the fans out there. Thanks to Steve, Murph, and Hayden as well. And we will catch you Friday. We'll do a bit of an update out on the track, and we will be doing a build-up with the drivers too. Yes, we'll be live as they go through scrutineering. We will go live with all the drivers and do our interviews again like we always do. And you can hear from them then. And hopefully we might I'll film them on the Sims for you as well. If they're on the Sims, we'll go live with that as well if we can. It's a bit of a unusual spot underneath the club rooms there. But yeah, we'll do our best. But thanks, everybody. Awesome. Be safe if you're travelling. We want to see you get here. And we'll see you all Friday. Sweet as. See us. See ya.